You're alive.
All right, so I'll introduce you, even though everybody here, you're a rock star and everybody else knows who Jenna Apgar is. But Jenna is the CEO or the president, whatever you want to call yourself, of Warfare Marketing, where we're at here today. We're very blessed to have her as part of our network. She's also a co-founder of Business Growth Network, this is North Dallas Addison Business Growth Networkers, because we do that. This is a weekly thing, and so for those that maybe see this on Facebook Live, if you want to come and hook up with us and you're in the Dallas area, FaceTime, or just go on Meetup and find us and be here live. Jenna is an amazing resource and becoming more amazing with every day, and being part of a digital marketer and that community, it's a growing, evolving thing all by itself. So trying to keep up with that, trying to understand where to go, trying to take it and apply it on a consistent basis to build your business is tough. I mean, I've been there. Part of why we started Business Growth Network is we said, you know, it's hard just to follow one person. And so we believe the power is in the network. We believe that we all have something to bring to the table. Even if you're in the 90-day challenge, like some of you are, you bring learning and you bring value just being in that. There's things that Jenna will learn, I will learn, whatever. But she's an amazing resource. We're going to be talking today about the videos that you absolutely need to have in your business if you want to move down this path of doubling your business, whatever that means, as we talked about earlier in the challenge. So with that, I'm gonna let's get the energy up here and get Jenna up here, and let's see how much we can get done in the next 30, 45, whatever it ends up being minutes. All right?
I'm keeping
all right. Come on, Jenna.
All right, so for the people who were here for the 90 days yesterday, and most of the Tuesday meetings have kind of reflected problems where I see everyone's face struggle and contort, right? Can you toss me that red marker? Red marker.
Oh.
Marker. No slides. Seeing where they struggle. So I've often said that, like, as a business owner, you're not a content marketer. You're not a publication. You don't have to be Huffington Post. You don't need to create new content all the time, because if you thought you did, that's really overwhelming, because there's a lot of different places you have to create it, right? You got to do it on your website for search engine optimization and content for the people that you're working with. You need to technically be writing content to your email at least once a week so that they remember who you are and you maintain that know, like, and trust. If not, they'll forget about you and you'll send an email out to buy something and they're like, who are you? Spam. They don't want that. Then you still have every social media platform. You're supposed to have stuff on YouTube. You have to have stuff on Facebook. What about this Twitter? You know, LinkedIn's really great. Oh my God, I have to take really pretty pictures for Instagram. And so you end up with all this content that you're supposed to create on a regular basis to maintain a following and to create new clients. And anyone think that's easy? Or is it really freaking overwhelming? Right? Really overwhelming. So yesterday we were listening to Dennis Yu, and he is a Facebook ads person. So all he does is Facebook ads. I think the one he was bragging the most about was GoDaddy, and picking on them a little bit, and the different strategies you can do there. But he had a nice little, he's a 3x3 grid, and I was looking at it, it really kind of goes past Facebook ads. Like, you could apply it to Facebook ads. It's a really shallow way to just stop and do it there, but all he does is Facebook ads, so yay him for niching. But it really does apply to the bigger picture of the videos that you need to be creating. So most of the time, I'll tell people they need 9 pieces of great content. He happens to be doing videos. It's a video-centric place, so I'm going to focus on the 9 pieces of content you need. They happen to start out as videos. And then I'm going to tell you a cool trick to leverage that across every single platform. And know that that's really kind of all you need to go for your business. The rest is superfluous and should be supporting those 9 pieces of content, no matter which different platform they are. So everybody was talking about their why. Does anybody understand why that applies in business? Where's David? I'm going to let David tell it. Why does it apply in business, David?
Because really all of the people that will join you in your journey of your business are really looking, whether they realize it or not, they're looking for why you're doing, because everything that they do, whether they buy your service or they join you on the journey, is because they are in some way aligned with your why. People want to know why you do what you do, really, even before they know what you do. And so if you can tell your story, and even though it sounds like it may not, it's only your story, the thing is, there's millions probably of people out there that have a similar story that will hear your story and hear why you're doing what you're doing. And if you can do the things that Jenna says and get your message out there and make those people aware that you're on that journey and the products or services you sell are aligned with that, then they're more likely to join you and if to monetize what you do and or help you do
And
what
everything you do.
Yeah.
If you build your tribe, one of the things that we were talking about with the people who are going through the 90-day stuff is if you are the only one who can run your business, you don't have a business asset. You just have an asshole for a boss. That's it. You get to choose your own hours. Yay! But if you can't sell it at the end of the day, there's no point. If you can sell it, and everything and every story and everything is wrapped up in the business, then when the business goes away, you have nothing to start for the next one. You have to start from scratch again. So one of the interesting things that I will say, the first thing that he kind of put out there, and I knew this, he was doing this, but he did it, is everyone's got a business page on Facebook, right? Like an actual legit business page. There's their personal feed, and then there's a business page. You have one for your business. Do you have one for yourself as a public figure? That becomes a whole different one. So Eric's a great example. He has his business, but he gets involved in elections and the different levels of politics on a regular basis as his beautiful self, right? He needs to have a platform himself, and he needs a platform for his business. Obviously, you have to keep what, the business and personal needs to be aligned as far as messaging at any given point in time that you are part of a business. But you should, first and foremost, have a public figure page. I can't say that I've been really good at running mine, but I do have one. And this is actually a really good key point on how to do it. If you post and your pretty little face is there because it's your public figure page, especially in his case, he's doing Facebook ads, when they see the post, instead of it saying, let's say, Warfare Marketing, it says Jenna Apgar, and especially if I'm running it to my own audience, they're not going to distinguish that post from my public figure page to me, because my picture is going to be exactly the same. Going to leverage the same picture. Then it comes down to content. If you're a business owner and you're starting your business, especially if you're a coach, a speaker, trainer, any of those, doesn't matter. Your business is very much wrapped around you. You have 24 hours in a day. Maybe if you're lucky, you're sleeping 8 of those. How many of the other
Sometimes your air conditioning goes out.
16 hours are you actually working on your business in some way, shape, form, or capacity? It literally dominates our lives. It dominates our goals. If somebody were to sit there and say, hey, what are your goals in life? It'd probably be a lot around business, because when your business makes money, you can go do the things that you want to do, right? Fair enough? So one of the things that I thought that he did was really, is I always want people to tell their why. He put their goals and the videos you need right along with the business videos you need. Because one of the things every single video needs, every single piece of content needs, especially in today where we're information absolute overload. You can learn anything you want on the internet at some level. We need real stories. People have been taken out of all the information. People are what is buying your products. It's not a business bot. It is not a consumer bot. It is literally a human being on the other side. They want to hear your story. So you had a nice little grid for how to tell your story. As far as business goes, we'll talk about funnels and all that. This funnel's really, he simplified it down to 3 levels, because it's a 3x3 grid. First one is your why. It's like right up David's alley, knowing your why and your purpose. We're going to keep it simple. The next level is going to be your how. How are you actually going to accomplish something? And your what. As David mentioned, when it comes to how we're selling these days, the what becomes irrelevant. Nobody wants to hear what you're doing at the beginning. They just want to know why you're doing it, who the heck you are. Because if not, you're just another realtor. You're just another insurance salesperson. You're just another financial advisor. You're just another coach, another trainer. There's tons of people doing what you do. What makes you different? And how do they know that you're truly dedicated? Goes right next to know, like, and trust. Nothing new. Right along the same alleyway. Now we're just continuing this over to that grid. Does that make sense? Because I know the 90-day people, this was like fairly overload, right? Yay, good, no? Okay. Since your goals and your business goals are so aligned, we're not separating them. So that was like the big one where I felt like he was bombing on explanation. If you take your short-term goals, your medium-term goals, and your long-term goals, so short being the immediate, right? Medium goals being the next year, so that's right up where David's working with the Vision Challenge and Catalyst. And your long-term goals, stretching that out 5 years, 10 years, that's more going to be like what Karen's building, like planning, and same thing with Eric, you're trying to do long-term planning with people. What is your personal... That's it. No one asked you to talk about your business. You can, of course, mention it. Why? Because it takes up 8 hours of your day. But the better way to do it is not mention your business at all. And this is where I think Dennis lost everybody, is he was mentioning the movie Inception. Did anybody see the movie Inception? The whole concept was him going into someone's mind and planting a seed that would make someone make another decision that they thought was all their own and not screw them up internally or whatever. This could be something as the shirt you're wearing in the background. So I can tell my entire story, never mention I'm a digital marketer, never mention I'm a marketer at all, never mention that I own a business, nothing. If my shirt is screaming Digital Marketer Certified Partner, or it's got my brand across it, or it's got my logo in the background super subtly, or in the case of GoDaddy, like what was it, tattooed across his arm or something? He's like sweaty in a workout, having a conversation about bullies at the table with his phone propped up. I could have propped it up on the zombie apocalypse cup over here. That's how, we're not talking about high quality, anything like that. Sweaty from a workout, has a conversation about his son and the bullies he's facing because he's grown his hair out long. So he's telling a story. It goes massively viral. GoDaddy could not have paid for that level of exposure for their CEO. Could not have paid. There's no amount of money that would have made it gone that viral unless they wanted to dump $17 million into it, which I'm sure they didn't. By telling that personal story and having something in the background, something in the picture, something with your hair or whatever, that drops that moment of inception, that little thought, that starts the little seed forming. They get to know you. Remember, they don't even know you. We're just trying to get them to know you. So there's 3 videos. Tell personal stories about your short, medium, and long-term whys and goals. That's it. Does anyone think that part's complicated?
Nope.
Okay, not talking about business whatsoever.
Personal meaning like weight loss or nothing to do with business.
That's just it. So many of your goals are probably going to align with business. Even if you're trying to lose weight, why are you trying to lose weight?
I'm not.
I know, but I'm saying if somebody was, they're probably having some kind of addiction to approval. They want to meet a good guy, good girl. They want to look good in a bikini. Well, why do they want to look good in a bikini? It's that concept of you keep on asking yourself why. Your goal might be lose some weight, but there's a why way down here. That's the one that actually matters. Why did that guy start a business? Because he was bullied as a kid, and here's his son being bullied, and it's all about business. So he's not talking about, hey, I own a business, it's like the CEO of GoDaddy. He's not saying, I help business owners. He's telling his story of why it was so important for him to succeed, because he got bullied as a kid, and he's sitting here asking his son questions who's actively getting bullied for long hair, and he's showing the ultimate why that people end up starting a business, and it goes viral. So you have to keep on asking yourself why. For these to be effective, they cannot be surface. I'd like to lose 15 pounds. Like, yeah, you and everybody else. Why do you want to lose 15 pounds? Why is it important that you look good in a bikini? I even had one of my friends that was hanging out with this weekend. She posted the inverse. She used to do modeling. She's like this tall and blonde with blue eyes, but she has 2 gorgeous kids now, and her body is obviously not what it used to be. She's been not wearing bathing suits, not going out, because she doesn't want to not have that model-esque body that she's used to having in a bathing suit. And she wrote the antithesis of her why. She's like, you know how you get a bikini body? You put on a bikini. And she tells the story of her struggle and then the epic moment. She's like, whatever, screw it. I got 2 kids to show for it. Whatever your why is, just make it deeper. If it's surface bullshit, not even worth it. Be honest and be descriptive. What is the exact pain that you went through? How did you feel? How did things change your average day? How did your status change for the 90 days? Y'all recognize all the words. But really tell the important details that make that story unique to you, because there are certain parts of that story that are imprinted so deeply in such detail in your brain. Those are the pieces that matter. If you feel like crying, you're telling it right. It should hurt a little bit to tell those stories. The other one, and this almost to me reminds me of just a idea starter. We're trying to get people to like you, right? We need some kind of story to tell that gets them to like you more and gets to start to really draw in your specific crowd. What are 3 activities you do that you could write a story about that kind of coordinate with your why and also tie in your business? It does not need to be complicated. What was I telling about? I made one up from scratch yesterday. You're riding a bicycle, because remember, you have a why to lose weight. So you're out riding your bicycle, so now you get to tie in your why. You're riding a bicycle to lose weight, so you can look in bikini because you recently divorced from an abusive husband. Whatever, keep it going. Keep the why going tied in. But while I was riding my bicycle and pedaling, I realized there's a nice rhythm. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And it reminded me that when you're in business, that everything is a left, right, left, right, left, right. It has to be a steady rhythm between marketing, sales, marketing, sales, marketing, sales. I don't even care if that works. The idea is that you're just, and you can call it the bicycle method of marketing. Whatever. Now we have a purple cow, right? The idea is that you're tying in your why. You're going to tie in ultimately your what, because you're going to be explaining them how to do something. So if every day you just go through putting one foot in front of the other, do 1 hour marketing and 1 hour sales and leave whatever. The idea is you could just make it up. You could be making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because you love peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You're a bourbon guy? Bourbon. So I was out at the, where do you do bourbon and cigars? Out at the cigar bar. It's one of the few places you can actually smoke now. Smoking a cigar, drinking some bourbon with some good friends, and I realized why we all need, what you need to plan out your legacy moving forward has everything to do with bourbon and a cigar. And somehow tied to bourbon and cigar, because you're also going to attract other people who like bourbon and cigars. You probably have a lot of those people on your friends list already. You get to tell a story about an activity you love while saying how, subtly, still not talking about what you sell, it relates to what you actually do. And you have a story to tell that's interesting. Again, it doesn't have to be significant. It could be how, when I first opened this office, I put every single one of these damn tables together. I did an assembly line. I could probably turn that whole assembly line process into how we build marketing strategy. Put your business on an assembly line. Just tell a story about an activity that tells how to do what it is that you're doing for your the people that you're doing business with, that ties in your why. That's why you're doing the activity. You get to mention your why again, you're still not selling. Just telling stories. Next 3. Now we're actually talking about those business goals, right? Your business goals probably align in some way with the business goals of the people that you are working with. So talk about your business goals. Tell a story about why your business goals are what they are, why it is so important to you, why you bother with those activities, and relate them directly to what you are actually selling. These are why we do things for these activities, because I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing. We're doing the 90-day challenge, doing these skills over and over again, making sure people go through them because this is my why, this is how it's important, but I'm actually at this point going to show you what it is we're actually selling. It is the what. It is the legacy binder, it is the life insurance, it is the documents they have, it is the process of building that. 9 videos. That's it. I feel like these are the simplest ones. They don't have to describe as much because everyone already wants to talk about what they actually sell. They already have a 30-second pitch for this stuff. These are the ones that are missing. You jump ship. There's 8 stages. You jump straight to number 5, skipping like 2 and 4 over here. Those are kind of important. Why, how, and what you do. 3 whys, 3 hows, 3 whats. Now, the better one is if you can start overlaying, because you don't want to just be a talking head, right? That would be really boring. I'm actually going to steal my computer. Hopefully it's got enough charge. One is just your story. 1 how, or I'm sorry, yeah, 1 why. I think we're good now. I had like 20.
I think it needs.
You're good.
Oh.
I'm just.
One of these just needs to be a straight up story about why it is you do what you do. I don't care if it has to do with the short-term, medium, or long-term goals, but it needs to be your story. That should be your very, very first video is your story. Don't worry about making it perfect. Turn on a camera, turn on Facebook Live, don't do it live. If you're a girl and you feel bad, do your hair and makeup. We know that we're going to do that, right? Get your eyebrows right. Wear a suit. Do it in the gym. I've seen David do lots of great videos from the gym or reluctantly in his car while he's driving. Just get that one done. That's the simplest one by far. Who's the gratitude? Is that you, Sean, that does a lot of gratitude stuff? The second video, why are you thankful? What are you thankful for? It's not a complicated piece. It can still tie back into your goals. It could be something, I was watching, was it Tony Robbins? I Am Not Your Guru. What you're grateful doesn't even have to be positive. You can be grateful for really shitty parents. Because you had, or was it, Dagmar was mentioning she grew up in Poland. It's not that she had bad parents, her country just did not promote success. They promoted the concept of being poor and not asking for anything, but still doing all the work. You can be thankful for the bad concepts. And if you do that, there's going to be a lot of people who can relate. It's hard to relate to success, right? Even if you're super successful, you have a room full of not millionaires, because that's becoming more of a dime of a dozen. But if you're in a room full of multi-millionaires, they don't need money. They're still in a room complaining. We relate to people through the things that are negative. Even if the complaining is, my kids are spoiled brats. That was an actual conversation. We were all in a room and they were like, yeah, I just think about how I grew up, the chores I had to do and all the things that made me who I am and the struggle and the hustle. I have a maid. My kids don't even clean. Where's Caitlin? I can hear her like cringing. She's like, I do the dishes twice a month. But a lot of the kids are. She actually has chores. She works. But a lot of the kids growing up they're snotty little brats. They have no idea what it means to struggle. No matter what, because when you have all the money you need, you don't hear a word no. No to candy maybe because we're trying to be healthy, but not no to Yeah, sorry, honey, can't afford school supplies. We're getting the knockoff crayons. We're going to have to go wait in line for an hour at the mayor's fair because that's the only way I can afford to give you a haircut and a backpack and school supplies at all. And I know it's 110 degrees, and I know that there's really no food or drinks out here. I know the line is long. Sorry, honey, this is the only way we can get you to school with what you need. They don't have that. So make it one that your gratitude, and remember, the negativity does better. It makes you more relatable. It's going to call out your tribe a little better. The other one, and I know this does not work for everyone right in this moment, is the speaker reel. It adds some social proof, right? Doesn't have to be, if I set this stage up, nobody knows the difference if it's big or little. You pack it with one full room of free attendees based on a meetup room, and you can make a speaker reel. It doesn't have to be stages of 7,000. It doesn't need to be stages of 10,000, overseas, international, whatever. I know Sean's got a whole list of big international ones with lots of lights and DJs. We can't all have that like Sean.
Smoke.
Yeah, smoke. Ryan comes out to fireworks now. I feel like he's going to catch on fire. But the speaker reel can be put together, and anybody who has any basic video editing skills on a free editor like iMovie, Camtasia is not free. Screen-O-Matic will help you film and edit. Any of these can be, or send the shit to Fiverr, pay $50 and have them do it. Okay? Does the speaker reel kind of make sense? That one's going to look all pretty. It provides social proof because it shows that somebody actually cares to hear you speak. If anybody has problems with that one, we can help do like a lunch or something with you and get some speaker. You have to be a member though. On the how, getting more of the ones that are actually going to sell. Course promo. Whatever you're doing, show it. You don't even have to be in the picture. You can just be like, hey, I'm going to turn on a screen share real quick. There's a couple different ways to do that. QuickTime on Mac. I'm a Mac girl. If you've got like Be Live or Zoom, Zoom will help you film even if you're not live and you don't have a second person on. You can still film your Zoom with just you and your screen. Interesting. But you can go do whatever it is that you're doing. You can just show it. If you're riding a bike and you're talking about the activity that you're doing, David in the gym, relating something back there, just turn your camera on and talk about it as what you're selling. Another easy one that also offers some social proof is a partner interview. So I could literally interview David on the simplest level, or the one, and I'm going to show a really quick version up here where some of y'all got lost, and I'll pick on someone else and do one, is using a topic map and picking out people you would love to have say something nice about you. Like everyone in here has a mentor, at least one, right? Show of hands. I will be really awkward until y'all raise hands. Wouldn't it be great to interview them? I mean, not everyone's going to get, like we were discussing yesterday, like a Tony Robbins. You can. It'll cost you dearly. Everyone knows Sean. Sean has notoriety. If you are in anything that is network marketing, that's your crowd. He's someone that means something. He has his own network. He has his own friends. He has his own LinkedIn. If you interview him and you make Sean look outstanding, Sean knows the game. Sean's going to play right back and make you look outstanding. It's on film. It's on audio. It's on film. You could add it to your speaker reel. You could just take out clips. These videos, by the way, don't need to be long. We're talking like 60 seconds, 3 minutes max. People have short attention spans. But those are really great. You don't start at Tony Robbins. Like I said, you're going to pay through the nose for the good ones. But you can start in your own network. If you're doing a Facebook Live, if you're going to post it to YouTube or LinkedIn Live or whatever you have access to, and promote the other person and say great things about the other person, gratitude, they're going to return the favor. Obviously, don't pick people who hate you. That would be bad. That could go over really, really terribly. I saw that happen this week at the pool.
Really?
2 guys, teenagers, they like each other but don't. Just butting heads, and that made for some awkward moments. But that's a really great one, and that's easy. And anyone who says they don't have anyone to interview and they're sitting in a networking room, F you. You've lost the whole point of the networking room. Sorry to be direct. Screen shares are easy. I said just talk about different things that might have come up. This could even be, there's some really great videos out there that it's just somebody, they saw something on the internet or they're newsjacking. They saw something like, what's the new thing? The new Little Mermaid's going to be black. So a lot of people are talking about that issue and making different stuff and talking about how that relates. Why it's an issue, I have no idea, but it's a really big issue. I know my own daughter has opinions. On the new mermaid, everyone's got an opinion one way or the other. I forgot the one I just watched. There's one guy, he just comes up with great things, like 5 things you need to know before you talk to a person from Texas. They're hilarious. Just jump on your screen, show the news story, and you have something to go with. Live video, of course, all works. It doesn't have to be, it could be just like this. You happen to be speaking at an event. It could be you, David and I have done them where we're just in close meetings.
Yeah.
And I'm like, stop, that sounds like it's going to be important. Flip on the live and just like say it. Sometimes there are people who are in your audience that ask lots of questions. Don't know who those might be. If they're going to ask lots of questions and you know your people might enjoy that answer, flip on a camera. If you're on a phone call and someone's asking you one of those same questions, the fact that they can't see that you might jump on Facebook Live doesn't matter. Just turn it on real quick and go live. Repeat the question so everyone knows what's going on and answer. You can create so much content so fast, it's overwhelming. Strategy. The last two is going to be what? Now we're selling, right? Any one of these, especially the interview, can be done over here in the selling module as well. Anybody who's done like a webinar and understands this concept. This could just be a promo. The only thing I say if you're going to do like a straight up promo, be excited. Dress the part in some way, shape, or form, whether it's entertaining to grab someone's attention. Like you could still be in your sweats. Just make sure you're actually sweaty, right? Like don't just be in the gym with your perfect makeup on looking all fabulous. Like you didn't even use the gym. Like you just need an excuse to be in your bra and short pants. That's totally what you wear to the gym, right, David? Little hot pants.
I can't unhear that or unsee that.
Actually, the funny thing is with these
There we
videos, the less professional they are, the more engagement you get.
Yeah,
It's
more real.
sound
Because-
quality. Good sound.
Yeah.
It can be shaky. It can be in
I
the
had one
gym.
where the camera fell off where I had it mounted at the end, and I went, oh shit, or something like that. And I've gotten, that one almost went viral. I mean, I was doing the Vision Challenge engagement group, but I did it on my personal page. And there were people actually sharing that, saying, you gotta see what he did.
Oh, we had a
So-
consulting client. She was doing videos each day with her mom, kind of like a little mini podcast. And at one point, like she had a friend, and she outed her mom for her age. And the mom just looked at her, bitch, don't out my age. Whoo, like Facebook Live went zoom. And all of a sudden there were like 1,000 viewers just randomly because she called her mom a bitch on Facebook Live. Or mom called her out as a bitch on Facebook Live. So they don't have to be perfect at all. Just turn on your freaking, don't ask me what kind of fancy camera you need. Don't ask me what kind of fancy microphone. You can get a $7 microphone that just clips right up here, ties in there, $14 if you want the long cord. You can get the headsets. I think mine was $23. I'm sitting here pointing. I think it's in my backpack. Great sound. Yeah, you get the big lights, but still, it's a great microphone, right? You can spend $120 on a microphone if you want to, but you don't need that stuff. Just talk about your business, and then talk about it at a bigger extent. Actually do the professional one that's edited. The concept, in theory, because I do want you to, like, how much time do I have?
Like,
All right,
it's
I'll
5
end
minutes till 1.
So you've created the 9 videos. What the hell do you do with them? Upload them to YouTube. Take the same exact video and description, upload them to Facebook. Piece them out, right? Don't do it every single day or all at the same time. Upload them to LinkedIn separately, not a Facebook or a YouTube link. On YouTube, when you see your video, it's got all this menu down here. There's 3 dots. On every platform, the 3 dots are usually the magic dots. Magic dots. When you click those dots, on your own video, and sometimes even other, I think it works on other videos too, doesn't it?
Yes.
You can say transcription. YouTube automatically pulls the words from your videos. Did anybody hear that? Because that's really important. You have an option to take the timestamps off, copy, paste into a blog, paste into the descriptions, edit that once really well, and you can make that the descriptions across all social media. You can make it a blog on your blog, or if I'm moving all my stuff to Medium, you can make that your email that you send out to people. And all the hard work was done for you. You didn't even have to pay someone $100 to transcribe it for you. I guess 1 minute wouldn't be 100, it'd be more like 40. You can take that to every single platform. I told everybody, if someone signs up to your stuff, you need an indoctrination sequence. Guess what you put in your indoctrination sequence? 9 emails with 9 videos. For those on Facebook ads and you're looking on what to advertise, video 1 is your first entrance. The only way they get to see video 2 is if they've watched 10 seconds of video 1. And they've gotten to know your first goal. The only way they get to see video 3 is if they've watched 10 seconds of video 2. You can create custom audiences on videos. So forth, so forth, so forth, so forth. So the only thing that you ever have to do is put cold traffic to video number 1, and the rest handle themselves. If you have an automated indoctrination email sequence, the only thing you have to do is get people signed up, and they're going to see all 9 videos in the order they're supposed to see them. So not only do you have a story here, you have 9 separate stories. You have one massive story arc. It's like Game of Thrones. Any questions? Quickly. Dagmar would be it.
I'll wait, slowly.
Go ahead. You have one.
I want to score up his timing. Okay, so the first ones you were talking, every single one has to be wide. But these, the partner interviews, screen share about news, course promo, these are not one.
The idea though is you need a story in every single, I don't care if you're selling a product, you still need a story to tell.
Gotcha.
So if you're telling a personal why story up here, and you're talking about an activity over here that relates back to the story up here, but also starts to tie in your business one, and then straight up here, you're straight up business, but you still need to tell a story.
Gotcha.
If you, Sean's back there's the story guy. If there's no story, why should they listen to it? There'll be no, you were even using the word, there's nothing to build the white matter. There's nothing to tie it into long-term memory. They need the story.